Itel is releasing low-cost devices with good specs on paper. Let us check out the much cheaper one, the Itel A60S. As we start, let me invite you to subscribe sa ating channel, ang Lanicom Views. Salamat! Maaaring before, hindi natin masyadong pinapansin ang devices from Itel dahil they are the brand before na nagpo-produce ng mga devices na low cost with somehow low specs. Until we had the Itel Vision 5 that somehow got our attention. And of course, the recently released, the Itel S23 got the spotlight with a super low-cost device offering more than decent experience. Nitong nakaraan, I shared my experience with the Itel S23. I found a good performance for the low price of 4,000 to 5,000 pesos. Kinaya nga niya ang maging main device ko for 2 months. And now, mayroon pang mas lower cost device na lumabas from Itel, the A60S. I thought mura na ang 4,000 pesos phone, may mas bababa pa pala. Ito ang Itel A60S. Quick rundown tayo ng specs. Ito ay may chipset na Unisoc SC9863A. 4GB of RAM with 4GB virtual RAM, ang storage ay maaaring 64 or 128GB. 8MP main camera with VGA secondary sensor, front-facing camera ay 5MP. Ang display ay 6.6 inches with 720p display, ang battery ay 5,000 mAh. At sa presyo na 3,200 hanggang 3,999. Let us do the unboxing. This is the box of the Itel A60S showing the device in green color. Pero sa loob nito, iyong black variant ang mayroon tayo. At the back, it showcases the highlighted specifications of the device. Let us open it up by sliding this sleeve. Here, kita agad natin ang Itel A60S. And first look, ang ganda ng itsura niya, not looking cheap at all. Let us open this up, and on this compartment, nandito na lahat. Wala nang partition, just an open box. Kaya pala maalog ang content sa box. First, here is the case. A hard plastic case that snaps well on the phone. And let's try it out. The camera cluster is protected, the corners are protected, however, the sides are exposed. Medyo manipis lang ang case, but it somehow preserves the good looks of the phone. Let us continue with the unboxing. Next, we have the charging brick, 10 watts, micro USB to USB-A cable, and generously, we have a pair of wired earphones in red color. Here's the SIM ejector pin and the warranty paper. There is also a pre-installed screen protector here on the Itel A60S. And thank you Itel, and the device is ready to use with the complete basic accessories. At ito ang Itel A60S. This is the shadow black color. Mayroon din itong green available here in the Philippines. Body is made of plastic in matte texture. Ang back niya ay may diagonal patterns on it, diamond looks and also feels. The texture resists fingerprint marks kaya parang masarap gamitin ito ng walang case, showing its good design. Here on the upper part is somehow a big camera cluster having the 2 cameras, LED flash, and also here the fingerprint scanner. The design is very familiar and parang redesign ito ng Infinix Smart 7 or Tecno Spark Go. Overall, maganda ang design niya and overall build is great. Tignan natin ang paligid ng phone. Sa bottom part, andito ang microphone, a micro USB port for charging and data transfer, loudspeaker, and we only have one here. Sa top naman, nakikita natin ang 3.5mm headphone port. On the left side, a SIM tray with dual SIM and dedicated micro SD slot for storage expansion. On the right is the volume keys and the power button. Sa front naman, nandito ang front-facing camera at the top on a water drop notch. And also the ear speaker is here. The display is 6.6 inches measured diagonally in 720p resolution. The screen is slightly nasa yellowish ang tint. Halata lang naman if all white ang screen. And really, it's not that bad. It has a good enough pixel count for basic viewing ng apps, social media, and watching videos. One concern lang, wala itong ambient light sensor to automatically adjust the brightness. If naka-low brightness and you're under the sun, hindi mo makikita ang display. If naka-full brightness naman, makikita pero not really that bright. Let me just say, compared to the Itel S23, the A60S display is dimmer. When it comes to sound, single basic speaker is good enough for notifications. For music listening, gaming, or video, maririnig naman pero manipis lang ang tunog.
Ito ang Itel S23. You know Infinix that emerged with big specs for the price?
Good thing is we have the 3.5mm headphone port for listening, or better, connect it to a loudspeaker or Bluetooth device for better listening. As a communication device, it can connect to 2G, 3G, and 4G LTE cellular networks, like most smartphones to date. Both can connect to LTE for data and voice over LTE. For Wi-Fi, it can connect to 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi. I noticed na hindi niya nasasagap ang 5 GHz ko. All basic tools like Bluetooth and share data via Wi-Fi hotspot. It has GPS for location tracking to use it as a navigator. It can be a reliable basic communicator as signal is consistent naman as I use it. The Itel A60S is equipped with 5000 mAh battery. It is good for more than a day use. It can actually last for 2 to 3 days kung basic communication lang ang paggagamitan. Basic meaning calls, sending out messages, processing online bank transactions, shopping, and the like. When binge watching and few games, it can still last for more than a day. For charging, it is using a 10-watt charger on a micro USB cable. It takes 3 hours and 30 minutes from nothing to 100%. And now check naman natin ang software performance. This is running Android 12 Go. Android Go means it is a lighter version cutting some features here and there. It is appropriate for phones with low-powered processor and RAM. With this toned-down OS, you can still install regular applications. I noticed that split screen is lacking, SMS does not have the scheduled sending, and Google Apps uses the light version. With Itel OS on top, I noticed that additional Itel OS perks are omitted. No dual apps, no game mode or kids mode, no video assist nor smart panel is present. Some Itel OS perks are here like the theme store and the mem fusion to expand the RAM, giving a total of 8GB. So this phone is using a Unisoc SC9863A chipset. It is an old 28 octa-core processor for basic tasks, 28nm technology. For the techies there, you know that this is not a speedster for today's standards. As I was using it as my daily phone for a while, yes, it opens up and operates apps decently. Using it for social media, video streaming, banking, and shopping, it loads and functions well. There are very little hiccups and frame lags on scrolling pero hindi naman bothersome. No delays naman sa typing or navigating within the interface. This is not a gaming phone but when it is used for gaming, most games run. Set low expectations lang and put it on low graphics setting mode para mas maayos ang gaming. You can see in Pokemon Unite, it can carry medium settings but it is not that smooth really. Pero playable naman. You can still win games with this one pero it's best that put it on low settings para mas smooth ang gameplay. This can also run Call of Duty Mobile with low settings. And since this game is pushing the processor to its limits, it warms up a bit when used in gaming. We have two cameras here and we would rely on one 8MP main as the other one is not really that functional. Nothing spectacular and not that sharp, pero yung may magagamit ka rin naman in case na kailangan mo for quick shots. In bright daylight, good photos. On low light, expect a grainy one. Pero this is really not bad. For its price, hindi na katulad ng mga dati na pangit talaga yung pictures for a cheap phone. Maganda na ito para sa 3,000 pesos mo. It has different modes like portrait, low light, pro, panorama, and HDR. This is also assisted by AI that adjusts the color and identifies the subject of your picture. The camera set is good enough na din para sa mga video calls, scanning QR codes for payments, and here are more samples for you to check out. Nothing spectacular like stabilization or bokeh mode, pero it makes videos na rin naman na, which is just enough. So what you expect on a very low cost phone, pero decent enough naman for us to use daily. Let's wrap this up for some of my personal comments and recommendations. 3,500 pesos ang pera mo. Isipin mo sa halagang ito makakabili ka na ng smartphone na maganda na rin. Dati pangit mabibili mo, but with Itel A60S, magkakaroon ka na ng good smartphone experience sa 3,500 pesos. Malaki na ang 128GB storage sa 3,500 pesos. Sa ibang brand, 64GB or 32GB pa nga. If may pros itong phone na to that worth highlighting, one is the long-lasting battery life. It can give you more than a day or two, can do 3 kung hindi mo gagamitin sa games ha, tipong pang communication lang. Second pro is the good design. No fingerprint marks, solid and sturdy ang build, and it looks really good. Third one is definitely the price. 3,500 or even 3,200 pesos for the 64GB variant. May good communicator ka na sa mababang halaga. Kung ang important sa iyo is to just get connected, ito na yon. May dissenting performance sa daily use and even light gaming. 128GB storage pa yan. Kasha mga 30,000 photos mo dyan. Oo, naka 720p 60Hz basic display, naka micro USB, basic cameras and slow charging. Pero ang baba naman na ng presyo niya and also it works naman. So okay na ito. Alternative options, nabanggit ko kanina, nakatry ako ng Infinix Smart 7 and Tecno Spark Go 2023. Mga kamag-anak ni Itel A60S. Halos magkakamukha nga sila ng design, sa back ang camera at ang fingerprint placing. And also the display and magkaka-price range din sila at 3,200 pesos for the 64GB. Sa performance, masasabi ko na mas okay itong A60S ng Itel. Lamang si Infinix and Tecno when it comes to cameras. At ito din kung may extra purchasing powers ka naman and you have extra cash, you go for the Itel S23. Konting dagdag and more features for you. You may check out itong past video ko about the Itel S23. So what's good about A60S? You do not need to spend a lot para maging connected. Connect with your friends and family online, accomplish your digitally aided life, and keep snapshots of memories. But always remember to connect with your loved ones personally when opportunity comes. Matagal nang lumabas itong A60S. Kung gamit mo ito, comment kayo sa experience ninyo. And that is it. I hope nakatulong ito para ma-experience nyo ang phone sa panonood lamang. Subscribe to Lanicom Views and follow nyo rin sa FB and Instagram ang Lanicom Views. Comment kayo at pag-usapan natin ang mga views ninyo and learn from each other. This is Lanicom of Lanicom Views. Hanggang sa muli!